In this lesson, we're going to take a look at writing linear equations in slope-intercept form, given the slope and the y-intercept. In this chapter, then, we are going to be writing equations, and we're going to be writing equations given different information, but the steps are always the same. We're going to be calculating or finding the slope for step 1. Step 2, we have to find the y-intercept. And in number 3, we then write our equation of the line in slope-intercept form, which is the y is equal to mx plus b. So let's go ahead and example 1. We're going to review identifying the slope and the y-intercept from an equation. First of all, we know that y is equal to mx plus b, and that number with the variable is always our slope, and the number without our variable is always our y-intercept. And so let's go ahead and identify the slope and the y-intercept from the equations below. So I have my slope, and remember the slope is the number that is with our variable. So in this case right here, my slope is 1/4, and our y-intercept then is the number without the variable, and we cannot forget that we have a minus or a negative 2 there for that y-intercept. For number 2, let's go ahead and we're going to write down our m and our b. And again, our number with our variable, and we have to take that operation that's right before that, which makes that number with the variable a -2. And then our number without the variable then is our 4. So the y-intercept is the 4. And then for our third example, our number with the variable is this 3. So our slope is 3. And remember in chapter 4, we also said that if we do not have a number there with it, or a number without the variable, there is one, and our y-intercept then would be 0. All right, so example number 2, let's write an equation given the slope and the y-intercept. So in this case, we're given both the slope and the y-intercept. So we need to then take this information and we're going to plug it in to this formula right here. So I'm going to write down the formula right here. And all we're going to do is we're going to plug in our slope and we're going to plug in our y-intercept. So I'm going to have y is equal to, and since our slope is 2, we're going to replace the m with 2, and we can't forget our x. And then our y-intercept here is going to be 5, so the number without the y-intercept, or without the variable, is going to be our y-intercept. So the equation I have when I have a slope of -2 and a y-intercept is 5, it's y is equal to -2x plus 5. All right, let's do this again. So we have our y is equal to mx plus b, and let's plug in our slope and our y-intercept. So I have a y is equal to, and the number with the variable, the m, is going to be 3/4. And our number without the variable is a -7. So you could have plus a -7, but it's better just to write, if you have a negative, we're going to make that a -7. And so we've got the equation y is equal to 3/4x minus 7. In number 3, we have a slope of 2 and then a y-intercept of 0. So we have the y is equal to mx plus b. All right, so y is equal to our slope, or the number with the variable, is going to be a 2x. And if our y-intercept is 0, we're not going to write that. This is one of those proportional or direct variation equations. There is a y-intercept of 0, but you don't need to write that. And it certainly wouldn't be wrong if you did write it, but this would be your best way of writing that.